line.
Freeze?
Dry.
Dry.
So you dry through freezing.
Oh.
The other side we are drying by introducing heat, which is spray drying.
Okay.
So you hear that side where you saw the chamber, you are drying at high temperatures. Here you are drying at very low temperatures.
Okay.
Yes. So what we do here is after extraction, we have two options, either to bring the liquor or bring the coffee that has been ground and extract from here. Because what you see there is an extraction tank.
Okay.
Which does the same process as what you saw down. So you bring the roasted bean that have been ground into different sizes. Then you add in water, you heat with steam, you extract soluble compounds, you take a liquor for concentration. The very same process there is what we do in here. So after extracting, you bring in the liquor into this tank.
Okay.
This is a concentration tank. So what you are concentrating is you are moving all the water through evaporation and then containing your soluble coffee compounds. So as you concentrate, you evaporate the water. This is an evaporator. Then you can always collect the water through here. That's why you see a manhole. So all the water you have evaporated is taken for drainage. And then what you concentrate is picked in from here. And then we don't want to use aroma on all these two processes. When you see there, you see a tank. That's called aroma recovery tank. So after extracting, as the aroma gets out, it is being recovered. We contain it in our liquor. We don't have to use it. The same thing we do after concentrating. That tank also recovers aroma and then brings it back into the pot.
Yes.
Yes, so that you have all the aroma that you had initially.
Okay. The aroma is so important for coffee.
The aroma is very important.
Pierre, I think so far, I want to show some application. But now what could be now the biggest challenge is the fact that Mr. Bebe can talk to the big man 12 out.
The biggest challenge I think we are facing is that it's material. Because you see, like now, all those cans are being imported from China. All the machines you see here are being imported from China and other countries. So as a country, if we have been also been able now to produce like that,
produce cans.
now why
so meaning that everyone who's watching this can now run quickly and get a machine that produces cans.
Quality cans.
Quality cans.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, all the packaging material we import it.
Apart from manpower.
So now the Ugandans must now be told there's an opportunity to now go and get the machinery that produces the packaging, cans, all those things. So all those are opportunities that we need to. Our guys who are doing websites, information, even all of you, the TikTokers, that is how you look for jobs. Because imagine if one person now goes, or if 10 people go and they get machines that produce the cans, then you can find that one company can employ over 100 people on cans. So all these things are about job creation for the people. And one thing I've noticed, I'm happy, we don't have so many foreigners. No. We have so far seen 4 out of over 2,000 people on ground. 3. There were 2 Chinese and 1 Indian I've seen.
And those are installed.
And so all the work is being done 98% by Ugandans.
So the concentrate we get out of the concentration tank, we load it onto these trays,
which is in form of liquid.
Which is now in form of a liquid, like between liquid and solid.
Okay.
That can be easy to move on.
More like a paste.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we load it in here, and then we can run these over this airlock system, and then we bring them for pre-freezing.
Open that.
Oh. So these are freezers.
So these are freezers. You can call them cold storages, or someone can enter. So this is a cold storage or a cold room. You must have seen cold rooms.
Yes, yes.
So when you bring in the concentrate, you load your racks in here, you switch on the machine. We give it 4 hours to freeze the coffee at minus 40 degrees Celsius. Minus 40, that is below zero.
Okay.
Does
Cobra. Proceed, please.
Okay. So after here, after 4 hours, now we take this coffee for drying. We imagine there is lefty water we need to dry out so that we have a coffee cake. It's more of a pallet.
Okay.
We need to crush and get the powder.
Kyagambye nti wali by'oluzi oluze aluyingiza wano ng'ayagala okwate ice kibeere ice.
Hello? Yes, please.
Completely on the national
Several.
grid to power this factory.
Yes.
How
Up here in the, which section is this?
Freeze dry.
How reliable?
Freeze?
Freeze dry.
Freeze dry.
Technology here.
Tuliku freeze
All the
dry.
machines are highly consumed. The challenge we have been getting is we don't have a stable power supply to this place, but the government is planning to give us a
Substation.
substation that doesn't get off. Only that apparently as we run, we have backup generators, so that once the power is off, generators. We do have generators, you set them out.
Actually, by the time when we were testing this machine, we were able to cut off Rukunjiri and Ishaka
From power.
from power. So that's why we were able to go and purchase other 2 heavy generators, but the government is giving us a substation.
So you're not sourcing? Are you sourcing from the new one, the new power station that was put in? At
In
the
the-
border, or is it, are you getting from Jinja?
I think they will work on the other one from Miramahir, that one goes to
Miramahir, that's the
Rwanda.
one, yeah.
Yes, then you put a substation here.
It's okay? So this is a vacuum freeze dry.
Okay.
The coffee you get out of the freezers,
The cake.
The iced one,
cake,
Yes.
the ice.
the frozen coffee, the ice one,
Yes.
is brought in here through the airlock system. You run those wax,
Yes.
and then you bring them and load into this warehouse. Then this machine, what it does is it dries all the water that hasn't been
Right.
on the outside, gets it out of the cake, and then you have a pallet which is fully dry that you can crush. Now you have a powder which you now pack as instant coffee.
So during the operation,
Yes.
is it that these machines are electronic or someone
No,
has
they are
to
pneumatic.
They are pneumatic.
Control
They are
the airlock
controlled.
from here, yes.
Oh.
Using air, they are all pneumatic.
So
systems.
meaning inside here there are very few people.
Yeah, sure. You don't need a lot of people.
Okay. The same here.
The same machine as that one, quite bigger.
Okay. So these you had to import.
The cans?
Yes.
Yeah, the cans are important.
So what goes in those cans?
It's what we call the ready-to-drink coffee.
The ready to drink. Oh.
Coffee. We can use
What you
here.
put on shelf here, that's like a
Oh, this is-
from Rodibo, that kind of things. So big for this is not that's
Ready to drink.
it's fine.
Then you can check the flavors. Malt flavor, then you have another brew on this. This is iced coffee without this flavor of malt. Yes, yes.
You people need to think about people with hypertension. We also need coffee. You have to plan for us.
A small question about
You ask.
So this is actually the line that makes this.
That
That will be
packs.
packing. Yeah, that will be packing.
This is a production line. The entire line starts from the other one,
Okay.
where we are brewing coffee that is ready to drink.
Okay.
So we have mixing tank. We could maybe go the other side. That we can process. To that side.
So far, how long have you taken for installation?
Installation.
Because this seems to be a very big job.
Yeah, sure, very
it's not yet complete.
Yeah, but we are
But
finishing that now.
70-80%.
70-80% is.
But most of them tested.
Tested.
Yes.
Working for.
Yes.
So these are mixers.
Here we bring in the liquor from extraction after concentration. So we bring it in here and then we do the brewing at very room temperature, very low temperatures, which is basically room temperature 20 to 20 something degrees Celsius. So these tanks are basically for adding the
flavors,
sugar, preservative, everything. They're basically mixing tanks.
Okay.
So you do the brewing and then mixing and then packing. So packing, the line is this. This is the packaging line. You bring in your cans, okay? So your cans
They start to move.
Then this is the sterilizer, you do sterilization of these cans before you put in anything.
Kani ogiraba bwetambula oba togiraba? Owa tugaba kani zange. Ntabaza agiwaddeyo. Eyitamu gwe gw'otokiraba ate eyitamu.
So after sterilization, we do fill in the brewed coffee.
Yeah, it is filled in from
So
here.
it is filled in from here. This can be go down,
Go down and
so
up.
that it can-
And also seal. Where does the seal?
Then we do capping and sealing
Here.
from here.
Okay.
Okay. And then we take again to sterilize after even filling in. So we
Okay.
have that hot chamber for sterilization. Or that is a big chamber. So you pass all the cans you have filled in with coffee.
Okay.
Go in here.
Okay.
And then you bring it again out from there.
Okay.
And then you can add your nitrogen for preservation.
Okay.
From here you inject in nitrogen and then you take it out and pack it. Yes.
So now, how many products, if I may say?
Yes.
There are about 5. There's the bean.
There's the bin.
It can be sold as the bean.
Yes. The roasted one.
Roasted one.
Yes.
So we start from.
There is the grinded one,
Yes, the powder.
the powder.
Yes.
There is the ready to.
This is the ready to drink.
No, the other one, the
That's the instant coffee.
instant coffee.
Yes, which is in two
Those are 3.
formats, but same product.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the ready to
Then
drink.
the ready to drink.
So
form.
4 different products.
Yeah. But we shall also be having scrubs.
Scrub?
Scrub.
We are doing cosmetics. out of
Cosmetic.
coffee.
I
Oh, scrub
Yes,
for
yes.
skin.
Yes. And
The one who ladies. Musoga, do you think people from Jinja do scrub? Abasoga muscrubinga? Abasoga muscrubinga omubiri? Well, what is the purpose of scrubbing?
To soften my skin.
Soften?
Yes.
Okay.
I had a question about it. Is
Yes,
material. What is the minimum amount of money someone needs to import in machine?
You can't tell them. You have to research now that.
Yeah, I'm the recipient of this I received, so I might not have much information.
What I would say is, how much do you think this one would cost? Is it like a Red Bull or
More
is
of
it?
that, it's more of an energy.
I'm saying the cost. Would it be
cost
cheaper?
think it would be like 10,000 maybe.
We need to make it cheaper for the people to afford. Me, I'm advocating 2 sides. I advocate for the factory, but I also advocate for the Ugandan.
Yeah.
Because as we are teaching them,
Yes.
they should be able to afford what we are teaching them. Because you see, the Indian people and the Chinese were very clever. They produce things based on their market.
Yeah. Market demand.
So if you know that 70% of our Ugandans are young and broke, so you have to do it at price, do a production that allows for that that type of people, that group of people to be able to drink, meaning that they have to afford. So maybe you should also do half ones. so that we can be able to afford the 5K for the low budget Ugandans.
You must have seen heat exchangers in here and the other end. So what we are doing is we are using steam because we need to warm the water. You need the steam to warm it. So where do we get the steam from? We have boiler rooms.
The steam that was going in the other machine.
Even the other machine for the freeze dry, because basically this supplies this line. Yes. So here what we do is we boil our water. We have a furnace in here. Yeah, this one you put in your firewood. Okay. Then you okume choto. You noteka menku, noteka muliro, and then no blowing, and then you heat your water that will be in this tank up here. Okay. Then when you heat water at around 130 degrees Celsius, you have steam now already, which you tap off and send it to your processing lines. Yes.
And how strong are these materials?
Very strong.
You know, steam and
of course. They are made up to that standard of the heat they can resist it.
And I can see that it seems like all machines have been tested.
Sure, this has been used already. Yes.
So now Russians, when they came, for them actually they were happy that the factory is on the raised hills, because they have been having a challenge that people are cutting, they are going into the valleys, putting factories, filling up, but now here you are not tampering the environment. Because you are utilizing the place that has not been utilized.
And there is no major effect when you use a mountain.
Exactly.
When you go to the valleys, where instead water goes
And absorbs. So you are destroying the
that's a beautiful
environment.
view.
Sure, that. Yes. Ben. So from this side, you are able to see everything from down. Yes. You need a pic. Yeah?
We are going here. We are doing this going there.
Tuja kuita mass, yes. Tuja kuita eno.
Bila mtabazi